So we're here today at Beefmaster in Blaney, surrounded by a great crowd, plenty of good conversation and practical ideas being shared. Off the back of those conversations, it's clear that the recent rain has been a welcome change across parts of the region. While it's great to see, some areas are still feeling the effects of that summer and autumn rainfall deficit, so conditions remain mixed across the board. Looking at the network of soil moisture probes around the region through our Farming Forecaster website, our soil profiles are being replenished, and notably the soil temperatures are still quite high for this time of year, which will allow for some useful growth of our pasture and crops. For those still weighing up winter crop options, missing the early sowing window doesn't necessarily mean you're missing out altogether. It may simply mean that you need to look more closely at those main season varieties. The key is to match variety choice with sowing time and local conditions, while aiming to avoid the flowering during peak frost period. A quick look at the 2026 Winter Crop Variety Sowing Guide from New South Wales DPIRD can help identify the best fit and the safest sowing window. With lambing and calving just around the corner for many producers, it's time to undertake pre-lambing and calving health treatments. Our district vets are always available and happy to provide assistance if you're unsure about what this may look like for your particular system. Have a think about which paddocks you will lamb and calve in. Ensuring ewes in particular have access to shelter or northeasterly facing paddocks will help reduce the cold stress and give lambs the best possible start. This simple action can increase marking percentages significantly if lambing is to coincide with a cold snap. And this can be a particularly stressful time for both producers and animals from a feeding and animal health point of view. There are a few reminders worth keeping front of mind to ensure things go as smoothly as possible. There's a lot of green feed around at the moment, especially grass-based pastures and cereal crops. These are generally low in calcium and magnesium and can lift the risk of grass tetany and milk fever, so putting a loose lick with salt, lime and cause mag is well worth considering. It's also really important that our lactating stock have a minimum 20% roughage in the diet for milk production and to keep the rumen functioning properly. Ewes carrying multiples may need some high energy supplementary feeding to ensure that the energy requirements are met and to reduce the risk of preg tox or lambing sickness. And if you're shifting stock onto green feed, remember the rumen takes about 2 weeks to adjust. During that period, keep some extra roughage up to them, try not to put hungry animals straight into fresh paddocks, fill them up with fibre first, move them later in the day, and avoid doing this on overcast days. Any sudden change in diet can also increase the risk of pulpy kidney. If animals haven't had a vaccination in the past 3 months, it may be worth giving a booster at least 2 weeks before making that change. When stock are on lush feed, grazing crops, or being introduced to grain, it's worth thinking about buffering the rumen. Buffers or ionophores can help manage that rumen pH. It's also a really good time to keep pest control front of mind. Feral pigs and foxes can quickly add pressure, and with the recent rain, deer are starting to move out of that heavy timber and onto our grazing country, which can take a real toll on your stocking rates. There's still a bit to play out this winter, so staying one step ahead now will put you in a much stronger position coming into spring.